Okay, Gaz, we're going to talk about location, particularly on new venues. I must admit, a lot of guys sort of ask me, where do you start when you turn up at a venue you've never been there before? We've come here, this stunning lake, and you've never set foot on the place, have you?
No, never seen it, mate.
Exactly.
No, beautiful bit of water, though.
So, key question, where do you start?
Where do you start? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it, though, you know? And I guess there's a few things that, that I would always look for. I mean, well, first thing I guess is these. You know, I would never walk around the lake without my optics, without my polarized glasses. You know, it just makes everything so much clearer.
Sure.
If there are trees, you can get up. You know, obviously that's such a big edge. You know, if you can see through the water and you can actually see what's going on out there, then you've stacked all the odds in your favour straight away.
Saves a lot of work with the marker as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like in terms of like the actual venue itself and kind of the weather and things like that, I guess kind of you have to put everything together and kind of think of it as a whole, you know. I mean, I've come here today, I mean, look at it now. I mean, I know this is a northwesterly wind because I checked I always carry a little compass with me, which is, it's a little thing, but it's really, really handy,
very
you know, just to get there and go, right, okay, this is northwesterly. I mean, on a day like today, I mean, it's a beautiful sunny day and it's actually quite a warm wind, you know, so, you know, so I would go and have a look on the end of the wind, definitely, you know. It wouldn't surprise me if there was a few fish down there. If this was another month or so later and it was like October time, this northwesterly is probably going to be a lot chillier. I wouldn't necessarily expect to find them on the end, you know, I'd be more inclined to be looking on the back of the wind.
Yeah, sure.
And even today as well, you know, I'll always look on the back of the wind and right on the end of it, you know, almost
Those
on the two
faces,
extremes, as opposed to on the side of it or anything like that, you know. Right on the end where it's nice and calm, the sun's obviously going to be catching it. There's every chance there'll be a couple, you know, a few on top or in close, something like that, you know, or always on the end. You know, and what I always try and do is I'll always try and walk around until I find fish, basically. Like I'll always try and turn up at the lake if I can do, sort of like half an hour or so before first light. You know, I'll turn up on the dark. If that means getting up at 3 AM, then, you know, so be it. In the summer, you know, that's what it'll be, you know, 3 AM start. But, you know, just kind of being here through that first light period, you know, you'd almost always see fish.
See
like even on the really low stocked places, if you keep your eyes open and you look hard, you'll always see a couple. And the main thing about seeing them at that time of day is that they'll be feeding fish. It's all well and good finding fish at say 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but they're probably just fish that are sunbathing. They're not necessarily going to be feeding fish. If you see them at 4 AM, you know, there might be bits of fizzing, you'll see the odd one stick its head out, they're fish feeding.
That's invariably where they're dropping their heads.
Yeah, exactly, you know, and that's the spot marked, you know. Maybe not for that morning, I wouldn't necessarily put a lead on them straight away, you know, but it'll be mentally noted for the next morning, you know. Even if I see them elsewhere, up in the water during the day, that little open water spot, say, that I saw them on, will be noted for the next day. And then, you know, if I really can't find any actual physical carp, then it's just a case of kind of looking for features, really. You know, you've got the islands here. I can see it's quite shallow. I can actually see the gravel, you know, coming off the edge. So, you know, it's obviously quite shallow, so not necessarily the kind of island margin that I'd be looking for. You know, I prefer something with a little bit more depth this time of year. You know, but I mean, there's some huge reed beds that I can see over there. You know, it's certainly the kind of areas that I'd be looking, you know, to try and find fish in. But I mean, I mentioned it before, but I mean, getting up the trees, you know, obviously you have to do it really safely. You know, you have to be really careful climbing up them. But it's such an advantage.
Such an edge,
As soon as you get up them trees, everything just becomes so clear. And often,
the picture open up,
you know, often you can get up there, you can put your glasses on, you can go, oh, there's a clear spot there, there's a clear spot there. You know, and you might see a couple of fish near it, you know, but they might be the only 2 presentable spots
in the whole swim,
in all that area of water. You know, you might have spent an hour, you know, trying to find it with a marker float. But if you can pinpoint it from the tree, you just make your job so much easier.
Good tip.
So much easier. So yeah, glasses, compass, be here nice and early.
How about the sun as well, Gaz?
What, as in like for certain times of the day?
Where the sun comes up and where it sets. Are you looking at areas where sun hits the water all the time for sunbathing fish?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, more so in the winter, I think, really. I've often done quite well, actually, where fishing in corners where the sun catches nice and early, or just areas where the sun gets for a lot of the day. You know, carp just love the sun.
They do,
you know, they're almost solar powered at times. It seems, you know, they just enjoy sun on their back. You know, yeah, it's certainly worth taking note of, definitely.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have a wander around this lake in a minute and see if we can't find a few fish. But thanks for that insight.
Yeah, no worries.
Cheers.